At 6:30, while you're sleeping, police in Spokane Valley were looking for a suspect involved in an armed robbery on Monday night. And while looking for that suspect, we're told they were called to a stabbing about a block away. Good morning, I'm Sean Owsley.
And I'm Shelley Monahan. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Here's a map about the area we're talking about. The armed robbery happening at Sprague and McDonald, and a woman stabbed about a block away at Sprague and McDonald as well. KHQ with exclusive video on this story, and right now we join Blake Jensen for more details. Blake?
Yeah, Shelley, Sean, good morning. That's right. One woman recovering still at Sacred Heart Medical Center this morning after receiving stab wounds to her neck and throat area. And police telling us this morning that they now have the two suspects in custody that attacked her. Now, we're told it all happened right at the corner, the intersection of McDonald and Main in the Spokane Valley last night at about 10 o'clock. Police were called to the area for reported stabbing and also shots fired. Now, when they got there, they found a woman with multiple stab wounds to her neck. Police say the woman was able to identify her attackers, giving police a good idea of who they were looking for. Police say the incident started when two men started fighting. Then the two women joined in the fight, and one of those women stabbed the other. The suspect then took off. Police tracked them and the woman to a house on the 13,400 block of East 6th Street, and police were able to take them into custody. Police say the woman that was stabbed in the neck and throat area, although it was very, very serious, she is expected to survive and be okay. Sean?
All right, thanks very much, Blake. And Blake, I want to ask you, police were also looking for an armed robbery suspect who mugged a man about a block away from that area where the stabbing happened a few hours earlier. Tell us about that incident, what you have learned this morning.
Yeah, Sean, that's right. Actually, it happened right here behind me at this mini mart here, the McDonald Food Mart, late last night. Well, it's about 7 o'clock last night. That's when Spokane police say a man was walking out of the mini mart behind me when another man came up behind him and put something sharp to his throat and demanded money. They say that the suspect who approached the man quickly turned him around and put something very sharp in the back of his neck. The police say the suspect then took off as soon as the man gave him his wallet. Police then called in a canine unit who tracked that suspect for about 3 blocks, but they eventually lost his scent. Now, right now, police are still looking for their suspect. They describe him as a black male in his 20s. He was last seen wearing green shorts and a black hooded sweatshirt this morning. They're now asking for your help if you have any information on that armed robbery last night here at Sprague and McDonald. You're asked to call Crime Check at 456-2233. Reporting live in the Spokane Valley, Blake Jensen, KHQ Local News Today.
All right, Blake, thank you. Well, it's been 1 year today since the capture and killing of Osama bin Laden. Today, there's plenty of fallout about whether President Obama made the right call. We've since learned it was a risky decision that even some of the president's closest advisors did not recommend. 1 year later, NBC's Rock Center, an inside look at the top secret situation room the night President Obama ordered Navy SEALs to take out Osama bin Laden.
It wasn't so much a high-five moment as a kind of looking around and just feeling together as almost one body that, okay, it's over.
At the time, Mitt Romney called the decision ill-timed and ill-considered. Now he says he would not have blinked.
You would have given the order, Governor? Of course. Even Jimmy Carter would have given that order.
Right now, the U.S. is still on the hunt against al-Qaeda a year after the terrorist group's leader was killed. New this morning, a report says the military is underreporting the number of times that Afghan soldiers and police open fire on American and other foreign troops. The U.S.-led coalition routinely reports each time an American or foreign soldier is killed by an Afghan in uniform, but the Associated Press says that it has learned the coalition does not report insider attacks in which the Afghan wounds, misses, or hits an allied target. The U.S. will hand off security responsibilities to Afghan troops by the end of 2014.
New this morning, police in Quincy say they've arrested at least one admitted gang member linked to a car chase and a drive-by shooting. It happened about 8 on Sunday night. Police say they tried to stop a vehicle for a traffic violation. The car then took off, ended up crashing into a 2-car detached garage. The 4 passengers in that vehicle then took off on foot, but police were able to arrest the driver, Miguel Lopez. Police say while officers were arresting Lopez, they were notified by dispatchers that the driver was also involved in a drive-by shooting. Lopez is facing multiple charges and is in jail right now. Next, to Stevens County, sheriff's deputies will continue their search for a missing fisherman who drowned in Waits Lake. Searchers were out over the weekend after the fisherman died after he was trying to retrieve his fishing pole that had fallen into the water. Deputies say the man went into the water without a life jacket. Rescuers say the water was very cold at the time. The shock likely prevented the fisherman from being able to swim to safety.
Senator Murray will be in Spokane today to celebrate the groundbreaking of the new Fairchild Wing Command headquarters. The senator will be joining military and community members at 10:30 this morning for that groundbreaking. The new facility will house the active duty 92nd Air Refueling Wing and the Washington National Guard 141st Air Refueling Wing headquarters.
Right now, you're on-time traffic.
Well, getting you there on time this morning. Want to let you know if you're driving Sprague near Freya this morning, get ready for some lane restrictions and delays. They say crews are working to repair the traffic island. That work started at 6 o'clock this morning and will go until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Then will continue during those hours through the rest of this week.
Right now, your weather on the 6s.
Well, right now, let's start with HD Doppler 6i. This is a live Doppler that you can access on your computer at home. Just go to KHQ.com and then click into weather. And boy, you can move it around. I've got it zeroed in on Spokane to the east as rain showers move to the east right along I-90. Now just east of Coeur d'Alene is turning to a mix of rain and snow. This stuff is moving east at a pretty rapid pace. And then you can see where the snow is now, just moving towards the end of Idaho, getting ready to move into Montana. It's been light snow. It's been hitting quick, but it's been dropping some from Manitou Golf Course in Spokane right over to around Coeur d'Alene and now heading to the east. Our temperatures are pretty good for this time of year. 37 in Spokane, 42 in Moses Lake. It's the winds that are going to be a problem again today. And yes, we can have some more rain showers, but only about a 40% chance, not as much as yesterday. But you can see those winds 10 to 15 to 20 miles an hour. And we'll have gusts this afternoon up to 25 and 30 miles an hour. So a raw day. 43 at 7 o'clock in Spokane, 49 at noon. That's not bad. 53 in the afternoon. I say it's not bad, Sean, but we should be around 60 degrees and we won't make it. But this colder air is holding the snowpack, so less melt. That's good.
All right. Thanks very much, George. Well, an investigation into December's collision of two helicopters from Joint Base Lewis McChord cites pilot and air traffic control errors and dark spots in aviation communication. The initial investigation by Lewis McChord's 16th Combat Aviation Brigade says one pilot of a Kiowa helicopter should have seen and avoided the other. 4 soldiers were killed in that crash in rural Thurston County. The News Tribune reports the crash is still under investigation by the Army Combat Readiness and Safety Center at Fort Rucker, Alabama. Lewis McChord has 143 choppers in its active duty fleet. Now to the state of California this morning, where a late night fire injured nearly a dozen people. That fire breaking out at a building in Watsonville on Monday evening. The flames spread so fast that several of the residents had to jump out of the second-story windows. 11 of the residents had to be taken to a local hospital to be treated for various injuries and for smoke inhalation.
At 6:38, time for us once again to head on over into the Interactive Center. And if you're not near your television set, Dave, what you have to show everyone is pretty darn cool.
Well, this is great, and I want to get to that in just a second, Shelley. But first, George was talking about some snow points east with elevation. We invite you folks to send your weather pictures. Go to KHQ.com, click on the weather tab, and then go ahead and upload and submit a photo. You've been doing some great uploading here. Ginger and Deborah showing some great pictures of the water and the rain, the falls around the area. So again, that's on KHQ.com. Click on the weather tab. All right, here's what Shelley was talking about. Also on our Find It tab, if you click on the May 1st spot here, it says check out the Sandpoint Osprey Cam. Click here. And here's what happens when you click the button. Voila. Yeah, there you go. This is really cool. Move over Decorah Eagles, the Sandpoint Osprey Cam. It's located at Sandpoint's War Memorial Field right along Lake Pend Oreille. There you see an osprey nesting. Moved here last fall to this platform atop a new lighting standard at the ball field as part of a major renovation to the field's lighting and grandstand. So this is going to be a popular thing. We'll see if it takes on as much popularity as the Decorah Eagles, but just cool to watch this and maybe watch a little ball game in the summer as well, Shelley and Sean.
Yeah, you just don't want to make sure that osprey isn't hit by a ball.
I think it's a little high. You know, it's on the top of a light standard, and rarely do balls get that high, but very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, you know, and it was a couple years ago. Remember when we took you up live at the top of the clock tower in Riverfront Park?
We had one there.
And we actually looked over on top of the pavilion, and there was a nest up there as well.
Yeah, well, we have an animal theme going here this morning. This next story is about an unlikely match, a friendship between a pug and a piglet.
Yeah, this is Susie, the pug dog, and Tabitha, the piglet. The pair became unlikely pals when Susie's owner rescued the piglet after finding it abandoned on the side of the road when it was only just a few days old.
Oh, apparently the pair has been inseparable ever since. Susie's owner, Wendy Valentine, runs an animal sanctuary in the United Kingdom, so the two have a lot of land to play together on.
This video was taken when the pair first started bonding. Now Tabitha is almost the same size as her adoptive mom, Susie.
Valentine says Tabitha, the piglet, was so small when she was born, her umbilical cord was still attached. Now she's content at home with her adoptive mother, Susie, the pug. Very cute. I wonder who wins these fights here now that the pig's gotten a little bit bigger.
I think the dog just lets the piglet
I think
win.
so too.
Yeah, it's kind of how it usually operates, right?
Take us to break.